we want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used for blessing.
They will try, they will always fail. You will try, you will always fail. Mr. Yes sir, before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, our party in our heart. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, our party in our heart. Mr. Yes sir, excuse me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, hear me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, after your 6 years you running us sir. Mr. Yes sir, is that how you came to rescue us? We so boku talk, bring the boku talk. Hey Mr. Yes sir, but why Mr. Yes sir? The yellow machine butterfly, I wanna hell of a fly. It was about for the east side. Mr. Yes sir, before you bury CDC, they will try, they will always fail. You will try, you will always fail. Mr. Yes sir, before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, our party in our heart. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our party in our heart. Mr. Yes sir, excuse me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, hear me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, after your 6 years you running us sir. Mr. Yes sir, is that how you came to rescue us? We so boku talk, bring the boku talk. Hey Mr. Yes sir, but why they will try, they will always fail. You will try, you will always fail. Mr. Yes sir, before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, our party in our heart. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our heart, together we die. Before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart, in our party in our heart. Mr. Yes sir, excuse me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, hear me Mr. Yes sir, 2020 now you getting us sir. Mr. Yes sir, after your 6 years you running us sir. Mr. Yes sir, is that how you came to rescue us? We so boku talk, bring the boku talk. Hey Mr. Yes sir, but why Mr. Yes sir? The yellow machine butterfly, I wanna hell of a fly. It was about for the east side. Mr. Yes sir, before you bury CDC, you must juke me in my heart. You will try, you will.
Liberia and George where if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer. Our economy hardship, poor will suffer, rich will suffer, every people will suffer. You see, all the 4 classes of human will suffer. We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia. If you put that opposition of Boakai or Boakai to be your president, oh, Liberia will sink. Calamity will befall Liberia. You don't expect joy again. the name Liberia will crash. This person has nothing to offer you. Spiritual Liberia will die. The best man for this job is George Wecme. Vote him and he will do better than ever. He will do better than his first term. And there will be total development in Liberia. That is me for you. That's what the Lord said. Go and check all my prophecies. I'm not boasting, but that is the message of the Lord. The best person to vote for that will make Liberia better is George Wecme. Poor will suffer, rich will suffer, every people will suffer. You see, all the four classes of human will suffer. We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia. If you put that opposition of Boakai or Boakai to be your president, oh, Liberia will sink.
That somebody feels sorry for and brought him to power. But he was for dead, and you need to understand that. He was I think Boakai got something in a book that he called a book of lies. And he opened that book every time and gave instruction and said, let's go over there and lie. So, you see, Boakai is someone who lived to lie to survive. There is nothing the good for nothing old man continue to show to the Liberian people. He is a good for nothing old man that somebody feels sorry for and brought him to power. But he was for dead, and you need to understand that. He was for dead. That man got no successful story behind him. Somebody person close to him called me on and said, hey, Jeremy, why are you always after the old man? And I said, because he's a good for nothing old man. You know that. And I know that. So why don't you go and tell him? And now who the good for nothing man they call Joe Boakai is? Do you see anybody happy in that country? Every day that comes, people are engaging in all sort of terrible things happening. If there are now women crying on the street for their children being raped, government officials are complaining because they are working with on no pay. Do you think the man came to rescue? Or he came to endanger the country? That's what he came to do. The only people that are smiling in our country are the people who are in Joseph Boakai orbiter. Because he has no vision at all. The time to remove Boakai is the time to start planning now. The time to start planning now is to understand that we need to unite to start our process and move forward. We are going to the end of the year. The first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, nothing Joseph Boakai was able to deliver for the Liberian people. We are now in the fourth quarter. It's the holiday season coming up now. So that means Joseph Boakai has been in power for 2 consecutive years, and there's nothing he has gained. Whoever hurt you or whoever got hurt, we got to make sure that we join together to remove the unity party. There is nothing that the party is doing but creating more pain, more harm, and more hardship in the country. Joseph Boakai himself is facing hard time in that place. That's why when he cover, he don't want to be transparent. He hides things because he know whatever he does, we will see it, and it will show that he wouldn't came to promote himself. He never came to power to change anything for anybody. We cannot and should not and will not allow this man to take the next year or the year after thinking that he's going to make things better. Every year that comes, Joseph Boakai is going to shrink Liberia to nothing, because he's a good for nothing old man. So to my fellow citizens, I'm not looking for a job. Don't be afraid of me. If there are now women crying on the street for their children being raped, government officials are complaining.
I raised a 2G5. Get a 2G5, Joe Boakai, the Senator, Joe Boakai, eat a 2G5. The Boakai eat money like money long time. Joe Boakai said 2G5. That's a small thing to identify. One day he made Joe Boakai talking. Then he said,
and he won't send the money back. Okay, yeah, we'll send the money back. I raised the 2G5. Get a 2G5, the job I got to send a job, I got to eat a 2G5. The papa can eat money like hey, I don't know what it is. Better you know parties when I have water. They were displayed. I raised 60,000. I sent the 60,000 by papa to pay the rent. No, the papa eat 40, get a minute 20. Drink COVID time. And I published this email. All the letters. COVID time. I said, papa, they COVID been here. You gotta go identify our people, you know. I sent 10 grand. Papa, go buy oxygen 10. You know, oxygen was a beating, do you know that, right? Oxygen 10, chlorines, gloves, get it to the hospital. The papa eat the 10G. And you know what I know is so tough? The whole traditional nonsense. You know, your uncle now, you know? You can't go question your uncle. Or you fast. The papa corrupt. Anybody that you can get money to for something they eat or something that wasn't there. That's corruption. Now, the man has squandered. The man squandered the bar. So he acts as though he is so straight. And you know, sometimes they say, can't spend time and can't label me that two different things. Yeah. I never knew the man that well. Say I was supporting him in the States going to school, right? The man was, yeah. But the 2 times the man went to me to the States, I started getting scared. When the man claimed me the hostel hall, somebody gotta be right on him to make sure, you know, the steps steep. So he can't slip and fall. Then you start thinking, the thing I'm doing here so that booty. Now let me say he will be president for whole country. You know, be so you can be doing something, but you'll be thinking what are the right thing you doing, right? I won't go. Then when he coming down, they gotta announce it, they come and smile, gotta go up for him too. And the person gotta be in front of him. Because they're making him walk correct. They can be down here, they're giving him all kind of things to make him strong. When you see him looking like that, they're giving him all kind of things. The puppet is not able. They just want to use him to take the country. Let the man go rest. So on November 14th, we'll vote for George Manenwia. We'll give him 6 more years. Let him continue the thing he been, the good thing he been doing. Let him change some things that he been doing. He said he wants, and he said, and he won't send the money back. Okay, yeah, we'll send the money back. I raised the 2G5. Get a 2G5, the job I got to send a job, I got to eat a 2G5. The papa can eat money like hey, I don't know what it is. Better you know parties when I have water. They were displayed. I raised 60,000. I sent the 60,000 by papa to pay the rent. No, the papa eat 40, get a minute 20. Drink COVID time. And I published this email. All the letters. COVID time. I said, papa, they COVID been here. You gotta go identify our people, you know. I sent 10 grand. Papa, go buy oxygen 10. You know, oxygen was a beating, do you know that, right? Oxygen 10, chlorines.
Okay. These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before.
Kindly hit for us.
I'm buying pamper now.
Let's get started. Let's get ready.
So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, again, it's a privilege for us to be here. We are always excited whenever we have the opportunity to be able to share with our people. We see this as the most unique opportunity and a blessing. So for us, coming on here is not just coming to educate our people, it's not just coming to expose ills in society, it's not just coming to inform you of how we should prepare ourselves in getting rid of this particular kleptocratic regime through a democratic process. It's not just that, but it's more than that. It's about having conversation with the family and etc. So I want to say welcome to all of you. We are grateful, fellow Liberian, to always being joined, on the Redemption Hour by our own brother, our own friend, a leader, one who is actually the brainchild and steering things behind the scene and is showing that we can be able to, add the necessary ingredients, add everything that it takes for us to add for our people to get the quality information that are needed. We are privileged to be joined by the Honorable Randolph Masekwe Dugbayu II. Honorable Dugbayu, welcome, sir.
Thank you. And please tell my audience and everyone my videos is always off because I'm
Yeah,
having some
sure.
issues, but I do not allow the issues to define my presence on the show. So
Definitely.
uh, my voice is on, I'm following everything 100%. We are here today, and I think we have a lineup. We have a major topic we're going to deal with today. I mean, major topic we're going to talk about. I mean, you know the topic I will not talk about. Hey, you, the lead host. You're going to talk about those topics, but today is going to be very interesting. And like Brother Prince said, we share. The best you can do is to share. The more you share, the more audience will reach. There will be a time we will soon start someone casting on various radio stations around the country. We don't want to we don't want to jump ahead of time right now. We just want to take it step by step. This is our platform. The platform is here forever. It's here to serve you. It's here to ensure that we propagate the right message for our people. We are here to inform you, educate you, and entertain you, and give you the quality information you desire. So, fellow Liberians, listening to me home and abroad, everywhere around the globe, we say welcome to the Redemption Hour. This is where we unclothe the naked quest of Boakai and his kleptocratic regime. This is where we decipher all of the lies and unclothe the inconsistency and deception in Boakai's leadership, his handpicked surrogates who are misleading the country, they are drowning the country. And because of this, we believe redemption is required, and that redemptive water is being poured out there by us, and you are the one enjoying the nutrients of the redemptive water. You are the one helping us to elevate the argument to 2029 because we believe this country is on the extreme wrong path. We cannot keep treading like this. There's no progress. No progress has been made. Nothing new has happened. Everything is happening positively were things initiated by past government. Everything negative are things manufactured by this government. That is the irony. So I'm glad to be on the show today, my dear brother Prince Sherry.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dugbayu. And again, fellow Liberians, let's say, as you heard from the beginning, let's share, let's open up the scope so that we can have our people, sharing with us on different platforms. So if you have the opportunity, just do that. And we're going to have together a very wonderful time. But Honorable Dugbayu, before we can enter into, our discussion, there are some things that I just want us to really just look at. It has to do with the issue of this mob violence in Liberia. Today, again, there was another issue in Banga where a lady was accused of being, a witchcraft. And that lady was beaten unmercifully. It took some other people in the community to get to her rescue, and they took her to the hospital. From the information that we are gathering, was another incident again in Kakata, where a man was accused of, being a criminal. They went to his house. Some group of people beat on him until he lost his life. Honorable Dobayu, this is getting concerning in Liberia, where we have our people just being accused. And somebody will go there and beat on them. The last time we saw what happened with a motorbike alleged thief who they said, he stole motorbike. In a broad daylight, this brother was unalive before the eyes of hundreds of Liberians. And up to now, as we speak, there have been no arrests made. What is going on? What is happening, sir? Before we can enter into our issue, that Liberia is becoming so horrible. What is going on, sir?
So what is happening is manifested in a police that is a partisan police. What is happening is manifested in the fact that we have a country where the police director takes more time in being a predator than being a law enforcement guru. What is happening is to have a security setup that is polarized by politics and law enforcement. A police force that is very political than legal and that is very political than professional. That is what is happening. When that happens, when these variable conditions arise, the citizens do not have trust in law enforcement. And when there's no trust in law enforcement, when there's a total breakdown of law enforcement, this is where we experience this chaos. This is where we experience jungle justice law enforcement. This is when we experience citizens, using mob violence as the recipe to solve their problem. Now, do I like mob violence? Do I support mob violence? I said no. I denounce mob violence. I don't support mob violence. Mob violence is uncivilized. Mob violence is cruelty. Mob violence is being inhumane. Do unto others as you have them done unto you. We should not be the judge for ourselves. That's why the laws are there. The laws are there to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. You cannot take the law in your hand. So for those people who are engaged in the mob violence, I can tell you, if you are a Christian, it suggests that you could have been one of those who wrongly persecuted, prosecuted, and executed Jesus Christ. Because what they did to Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary was more or less, a mob justice where he was wrongly, prosecuted and then subsequently executed. They lied on him. They said he's the king of the Jews. Whereas Jesus Christ did not purport himself as such. So sometimes we may feel like the person being beaten, the person is wrong. But you are not the court of competent jurisdiction to just render judgment without going through a proper, court. So I fight against mob justice. I fight against human being being beaten to death. I fight against citizens taking laws in their own hands. For us, we preach democracy, and in democracy, the government of the people, for the people, and of the people. You have a government under the social contract theory. I give you power, you give me basic social services. So as much as I frown on these mob violence, mob justice, jungle justice, I like to talk about the reasoning behind this action are the result of a police that is uncivilized, a police that is not working, a police that cannot account for, many cases on their docket. They only have interest in going after political opponents, beating these political opponents. They have interest in going after low level people and leaving our white collar criminals. Discrimination, selective justice. So we found what is happening, Mr. Prince Sherry. I hope the president of the country will see reason to listen for a second and know that Mr. Gregory Kumar is not fit for the job. We need an effective, efficient, and working police force. We don't have that right now. That is what is happening, Mr. Prince Sherry.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dobayu. My people, I want to say this with this issue of mob violence in Liberia. Like Honorable Dobayu rightly said, these are the results of people losing confidence in the system. These are the results that people revert to, or these are the actions that people revert to when they believe and they have seen that the people who are supposed to be protecting them, the people who are supposed to be defending them, the people who are supposed to be there to ensure that their lives and their property are secure, when these people are conniving with the very criminal to inflict pains on them. What we are seeing happening under a Boakai regime is an indication that, fellow Liberians, the people are losing trust and hope in the legal system. And this is terrible. This is terrible. Because the only system that protects the rich, protects the poor, protects the tall, protects the short, protects the ordinary and the extraordinary is that system we refer to as the justice system. That's why you see, when you look at the statue of the symbol of justice the world over, according to the legal people, they call her, me I can say, Lady Justice. She is blindfolded, meaning that she dispenses justice without looking at age, size, or affiliation, or whatever social benefits you have. But it is unfortunate in Liberia that that is no more or no longer working. It's no longer working. Now, I don't want you to believe me. I have played it here times with our number when the Justice Minister of the Republic of Liberia, Councillor Oxford Tue, told you and myself that Liberia is declining fast, that Liberia is retrogressing very fast. While other nations are going forward, while other nations are making great gains, fellow Liberians, under this regime of a man who claimed to have 42 years of experience, our nation continues to experience bad signs and ornaments. And it is not strange that these things are happening, because there were indicators. We were informed from the beginning. The signs were on the walls. We saw it as people. We read it, but we choose to ignore it. The consequences of ignoring the facts is deadly. And today, my people, that is what we are faced with as a people, as a nation. That's what we are faced with. When doing the campaign, we saw violence being instituted. Violence was part of their agenda to ensure that they win the elections. These people did not have it. The major faces of the opposition, they were indulged in violence. We saw it. They were indulged in violence. Do you need an example? Oh, yes. Look at Queen Johnson. This lady is on camera of abusing, assaulting, and inflicting pain on another Liberian group of unity partisans. What crime did our brother Joshua commit to just be a sedition? That was the only crime that our brother committed. In a broad daylight, all of those who participated in that particular event that led to the brutal murder of Joshua today, not a single person has been made to account for that particular act. Another Liberian who on a crime was an affiliate with this party. He did not go to insult anybody. He did not go to throw stone at anybody, but only because of his political affiliation, a sedition, he was murdered, beaten, and inhumane treatment was meted against this brother by his own people in a Liberia. What happened to Tamba Momo in Lofa? He did not go inflicting pains on anybody. No. He did not go insulting anybody. The only crime that Tamba Momo committed, for which Francis Sakila Nyimale, the man today who is the Minister of Internal Affairs, the only crime that Tamba Momo committed was to become a sedition, and he was ordered to be unalive in a broad daylight. All of these things did not happen in the night, it happened in the day. In the clear view of Liberians, today, the men who led those group of unity partisans to take away the lives of other Liberians who only crime was to be part of a political party, that is the CDC, that man is sitting at the Ministry of Internal Affairs today. The Ministry of Internal Affairs enjoy the confidence of Joseph Numa Boakai. With all of these happenings, fellow Liberians, it is sad that the man who claimed that you should love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia, this useless old man who carrying dapper on him, this disgrace of a human being, called himself Joseph Numa Boakai and the president of Liberia, that man did not have even the slightest thought to say, look, you know what? Our people were killed. Whether they belong to CDC or they belong to whatever party, they are Liberians. There is a need for us to call for a round table to discuss this issue, to unify our country. Today, this idiot and good for nothing, stupid president is traveling around. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. He's going around. He did not even call a single meeting and say, look, my people, let's discuss this. There's a need for us to reconcile our country. Joseph Numa Boakai order the unaliving of our people in Kinjor. The stupid old man, this idiot of a president, order that our people in Kinjor be unalive. The idiot here of an old man called Joseph Numa Boakai. He ordered. What crime did the people of Kinjor commit? The only crime that the people of Kinjor committed was to ask the B Mountain Company, here is the agreement that you signed. Your social corporate responsibility is not being adhered to. You are not doing what you put in the document that you are going to do for us. B Mountain, please do it for us. That was the only crime they commit. The stupid old man by the name of Joseph Numa Boakai ordered that our people in Kinjor be killed. Up to today, there are family members who lost dear ones. Their children cannot go to school. Those fathers who were supporting their kids today are not around to support these kids. Those kids are begging, literally begging from other family members. My people, this hurts. I know sometimes you say, but when I'm praying, it hurts. Do you know what is going on now as we speak? The government have neglected her responsibility to unite the people. That's why I was on a show yesterday and I said, the government run as per the agenda of the president. It is the president who drives the agenda of the nation. And not minister, not director, not superintendent. All of these people, they have the president's agenda for the nation and they implement the president's agenda. Today, violence is taking over our country. The one sweet land of liberty, where you and I will stay out as long as we want to stay out. Where you and I, we have the opportunity to blast out even the president. And we will not be afraid. Today, it is no more. The opposition, key figures of the opposition are witch hunted. Journalists are being placed behind bars and threatening to lose their jobs. Fellow Liberians, we are grateful to have with us our brother, Jake. My brother, Detroit woman, how are you, Chief?
Yeah. Salute again to the followers, respect to everybody. And thank you, Brother Sherry, and followers. Usually, I know you're not come here to listen, but please, we are appealing to you people to share the video. Sharing is free. The video is going there. Let's share it. Let's share it. Please, follower, let's share the video. And the message be across. Yeah, thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, my brother. And I just want to go straight to you. Before we go to our topic, we just try to do some housekeeping, and clear some other things.
Mhm.
It is this issue of the level of crime that is happening in Liberia, the rate at which it is happening, mob violence all around the place. People are not even waiting for the cover of darkness to carry on their act. They are doing it in a broad daylight. When people are accused, citizens decide to use mob violence, whether they are criminals or not, to take away their life. Unfortunately, the police is doing absolutely nothing. Gary Como will sit there and be passing around. My brother, Jake, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I know from your voice, it's saddening for you. We can see it from your intro, everything. But Prince, let be real here. The president said you were this with the devil. Prince, you know about the Bible now, you know about the Quran. Anything you utter from this mouth is powerful. And these guys are working in collaboration with the president, and the president they appointed. He, as people say, he calling a shot, as people say, but for me, he's not calling no shot. He's not in control. That's reality. You're accepting. The president, Joseph Yima Boakai, is not in complete control of reality. He's not in control. You can hear he's sacking people, dismissing people, then you're appointing people. Even a signature that on most of these people, the Liberian people need to ratify it. Me, I believe it's an auto pen. It's not the old man for me. Because me, I don't think under the boss. Similar thing that they happen in America. Who was Senate President Joseph Joe Biden. Most of the executive clemency he gave when you are leaving the country, when you are leaving the American presidency, today, he signed a lot of things. The cases are all there. Those are surround the president. If you reach that kind of age, 80 plus years, you're not in complete control. You're taught the way of thinking everything in this area. You're not in complete control. So people calling the shot. Those are in the circle of the president, the media guys. They the one calling the shot. The Kofi Woods, all these people, Grace not there anymore. The ability, all of them, these people surround the president calling the shot is glaring. That the reality, you're accepting or not, that the reality. The president calling the shot. You can see a lot of misstep. The president not addressing anything. He's not concerning all these people. He only sacking people that he feel he want to sack. And most of these people that he dismissed, the president know ain't a problem for me. That's reality. If we question that president one-on-one, what? Since the making to power, you ever saw any press conference? He ever brought journalists around the table to say, you ask me any kind of question? No. The president, since he came to power, 2 years plus now, Probably you'll go to friendly radio station that would give you softball question. But to bring the press pool together to say, okay, yes, this is my first year, my second year. Let me have the conversation with the press and the Liberian people. No, the president, they hiding the president. They're shielding the president in every form. Nobody will know anything concerning the president. The only thing we will know about is having cabinet meeting. No, meet the press. Every great country, the president have to have press conference to articulate what he will do for the Liberian people. The president talk about unification. The unification, he went. He never unified the country. We are the crossroad, Prince. We are the serious crossroad. Nothing happening in the country. The president just traveling up and down. Greco Como they in charge. Not the president. The president in charge. No. The rule of law. Everything, as you said, Prince, the journalists there, everybody in fear. The president in control, Prince, believe me. I said it. I've been flagging that thing here. So as the president speak or say anything, you think he ain't saying anything at all. 2 years now. 2 years. He's just traveling, sorry, getting joy, hardship in the country. It's hard for them, Prince. I told you it's hard for them. Them president in Europe. They're in Europe here. What is going on in Europe here?
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Again, fellow Liberians, let's say we want you to hit for us the share button, participate in this discussion. It is sad because every time when we wake up, it's just another terrible happenings in Liberia. Every time that we wake up, something terrible is happening. Every time we wake up, something terrible is happening in Liberia. So, sometimes it breaks our heart. Sometimes we get, emotional because Liberia is where the heart is. The only place that we call home is Liberia, nowhere else. Wherever we find ourselves is a place where somebody can look at us today and say, Mamelo, you know what happened? All of the privilege that you have will deny you. So now we're going to do something small. Just something small. Yeah, when we sign paper and inform the people that we abide by your law. When we make mistake, you take action. So just for small thing, they can sunny us. But the only place that we can never be deported from, go up, come down, is from Liberia. When we sit and see the progress we have made as people under His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, and see where we are, then it is sad.
Prince, let me just jump in 1 minute.
Yes.
And according to the executive mansion website, I say these people that thing they used to railway lie to the Liberian people, they will never escape it anymore. And according to the executive mansion website, and they say the president will come on an official visit to France to meet Macron. Then they will official visit to meet Macron. Mm-hmm. You saw your arrival. But let me bust the bubble of the Unity Party. We're deep beyond any form. The plane, the private plane the president using, that private plane, that landlord, that dream landlord whatsoever, it's from Turkey. It's a Turkish private company. It's a private plane from Turkey. That Okan group, you will see it you will see the rating on that particular plane. Listen, if you come in an official visit, an African leader coming on an official visit, Macron will not attend to come meet you first.
Definitely, that's why it's going to happen. He will.
As president of the nation, coming to Macron in France, in Paris, whatsoever, you arrive. Macron never show face. Never show face. They send, they don't even send second man. They send one military man, AD in military attire to come receive you. What does that signal? Then the E-Mansion telling us that the president come on an official visit. Then probably from Paris, he will be going to the UAE. Why they don't want to tell Liberian people the truth here? What the visit is all about? They fully forget to know someone in Europe here. Prince, they feel forgetting to know some more in Europe yet. Now why conscious Liberians then? They must be doing fact checking. They must not just get that days are over. Where they just used to cajole Liberian people, the Henry Costa, they will just get on a platform, speak gibberish, lies, and propaganda, and then Liberian people say, I'm our hero. No, everything now, you can check if you want to. Do not be in denial. Just take our political heart. These are the same people who were crying the last time about private jet. Joy arriving private jet. You know what kind of plane he ride? They're more expensive. You can fact check anything I'm saying here. It's from Turkey. It's a Turkish private plane. How much, how much money you will pay? Straight there from Monrovia to Europe, flying 7 to 8 hours. So like there, the private plane, they were crying for the Dillon and they were crying, they were making noise for private plane.
You know,
And you come on an official visit, you're not on the first visit, your first arrival, the president of France did not know where to be from. Where does that signal the Liberian people?
sure. We'll talk about this. We have the video. In fact, we'll go to the executive mansion, and maybe this will be one of the things that will be all to look at after we move straight into our today's discussion.
Even
Like you
when
said,
Prince, that was I even went to the policy, the Elise website, the president of France website. I was on it the whole yesterday. When even the president of France having a conference call with Zelensky, with the Ukrainian leader concerning the war in Ukraine. So I will caution all the followers here. I said, we don't preach propaganda. We do our research, we come and relay to you. Then they go to the way we can get e-mansion. They get that on the website too. The policy, the Elysee. That's the president official page website from Macron, Emmanuel Macron. I was on it the whole yesterday.
Thank you so much.
So
Let's
they will
move on.
never cajole us anymore. I know he's
Sure.
here, but they will never cajole us.
Sure. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you. Fellow Liberians, a lot of things are happening in Liberia. You know, integrity is very important when people refer to you as honorable. I understand that our society that we're in, there are times we allow things to slide. But look, Liberia is gradually becoming of age. I mean, it's gradually becoming, our people are becoming wiser on a daily basis. They will no longer sit and think that as a politician, when you start to behave like, when you start to prostitute your career, that they will continue to follow you. Today, fellow Liberians, we want to talk about the issue of Zoe Emmanuel Peno, the senator of Grangeda County. We've decided that Honorable Peno is not, someone we should really pay credence to, because we know that at the end of the day, he has no ground in the county without the support of the CDC. We've seen it consistently, how the CDC have been of a help to him. But fellow Liberians, we have seen that of recent, Honorable Zoe Emmanuel Peno have launched an attack on the CDC. Even though we've been knowing it, leave it, let it go. But this is becoming serious. Maybe because nobody is paying him no mind, nobody is giving him attention. We are focused on national issue, how to redeem our people. But of latest, we heard Honorable Zoe Emmanuel Peno, among other issues, telling Liberians that His Excellency President Dr. George Manning Weah look at Grangeda, or the people of Grangeda, or the Grangedeans, to be almost like a reserve vote for President Weah. Basically, what he was saying in that particular press conference, President, we ain't got time for y'all in Grangeda. And I even see y'all. Y'all continue to support him, man, but he ain't even got time for y'all. Honorable Dobayu, you are a stakeholder in Grand Jide County. You are one of those that people listen to. You are deeply rooted on the ground in Grand Jide. What is happening? Is it that the people of Grand Jide have lost hope in their son in the CDC, for which Zoe Emmanuel Peno, who was practically supported and his hands was raised by the CDC defended him throughout, that today we're seeing this man ranting around the place and using all kind of funny and foolish statement. What is going on Obodowayo? Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you, my dear brother, and welcome to my good friend Jake. I really love Jake. Jake passion for Georgia and his passion for Liberia. It's extremely
Thank you.
vertical, Jake. Jake, I really
Thank
love
you,
the
sir.
way you speak with all energy in this world. And I don't think you're doing this. Man, you've been a straightforward man. Sometimes you log in our face at CDC, you tell all as you feel it. You log in at other people for you say it. And people like you, we need you in Liberia, Jake. And let me just say, I really appreciate your role every time on this show and the way you go
Thank
extra
you.
mile to bring information to us, Jake. Please don't get tired, Jake. Even if others are not
No,
coming,
no.
please never get tired, Jake. Let me say that.
Okay,
The
thank
next
you.
thing, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
the next thing I like to say is that you got it right. Not many people know my attachment to grandchildren because I have Masekwe in my name. But there's a deep attachment to that name, Masekwe. I was on Camp Johnson Road, September 18. Those days, to be a crown man, it was something very difficult those days. We all know the story. So what is happening with
Mm-hmm.
Open? Let me just tell you this. Matter of fact, before going further, let me say that I've apologized openly to Liberian people. I've asked for forgiveness to the Crown people because I've supported Zoe in the past. And I'm one of those who became a victim of Zoe lies. However, as a Liberian, as a patriot who campaigned for Zoe since 2005, it is on me a moral obligation to tell the people I'm sorry. Zoe, like a man who wants a woman, he will say all of the beautiful things. When he gets a woman, he marry her, you know about her, he started becoming a useless father, a useless husband. So it's a situation with me and so I've seen that caveat many times. That being said, let me give you the historicity of Zoe Manuel Peno and tell you where we are. 2005, for 20 years now, let me be on record, Zoe has been leeching on Grenjide. He has used the name of his uncle, his late Uncle Doe. What is happening to the Doe family today, I will tell you later on. Zoe, mother, and Doe, they are from one man, one pa. His mother was a beloved sister of Sami Kanyendo. So he has been enjoying from Liberia from the time his uncle was in the executive mansion. 2005, fast forward, 2003, there was a government of proportional representation. We have model, law, and GOL. So the government that brought Julie Bryant to power, there's something they call proportional representation. So that was squarely based on, you know, they share everything. Zoe came from the Model land. He came from a Model land. He represented the Crown people interest as a Model representative. He was how he landed to APRC. I'm just gonna tell you how Zoe's entire life for the past 20 years he has been leeching on the Crown people, and he has been wicked to them. I will lay to that point. So he became the deputy managing director for operation at the APRC on every snow. Because of proportional representation, he was representing the Crown people from Model. After the 2 years of May's rule under Julie Bryant government, we all know how Julie Bryant government was corrupt. Zoe left from there with raw cash, raw money he went Grand there. At the time, the politics Zoe was involved into was a cash politics. That time, wasting money. There was no cell phone, no internet. The people those days, they were desperate for survival. Right after the war, Keno was the only source of electricity, of energy source. So Zoe went there, he used to call it Arab money. Share money on the people. That time, my mother in Seibo, deep in the electoral district of Kunemo, had no access to anything. So at the time, the politics at the time, it makes sense. Because immediately after war, the people, only after they stumble, they wanted to eat, they wanted survival. The politics at the time, it makes sense. So won. 2011, Zoe again, he became a little unpopular, but he used the manipulated means. He ensured that, and that time he began fighting again with Manasseh Leaf. When he began fighting with Manasseh Leaf, he ensured that some Grenadians who in fear were threatened to his political life, he put them in jail. They lie on them, John Garang and all the other crown warriors. They were in jail. John Garang and other. Zoe was one of the architects that made sure those crown people went to jail because he feared that if those guys did not go to jail, yes, they would be a threat to his political career. This guy called Kemi. Kemi was the hardest candidate in the race, so manipulated through NEC. He won 2011, right? 2017 again, Jeremiah Sokan King against so. So there's a man today who died. One guy called Asika. Asika was the guy in the middle of everything. He had a data. What happened when that happened? The guy died, and so ended up winning the election.
Wow.
Now, what is happening with Zoe Emmanuel Peno is that 2014, before 2017, 2014, the senatorial election that Marshall Denny won, that election, Sammy Doe Jr. should have been the senator, but because Zoe is greedy, he's devilish, he's wicked, his beloved uncle, whose name he used today to be where he is, his uncle's son was contesting in 2014. So still out of greediness, even though he was an elected representative, right? He still contested. When he contested, because he's from Tuzon, his cousin is from Tuzon. They share the vote and one day they bow people. He Marshall then they won on CDC ticket. Marshall then they won. Marshall then they started doing well. So now being very desperate to become senator. When we won 2017, he didn't vote for. He has never voted for. He came 2020, he leveraged his relationship with other people in the party. He came 2020 on a BMSP, as usual, once you become president, so comes to you. So use his proximity now. Let me get to the nonsense he's talking about. Oh, why the people are not reserved voter. I will get to that point. But when he came in, he inserted himself as a go between the crown people and the president. Everything they want to do is still before he took it, so what is in Paris. So he got a clip when you go home and stuff, you see so posted his son is in Paris on PhD academy, his daughter in America in medical school. He'll never suffer in his whole life. His wife lives Paris. She has been living in Paris for almost 20 years. So every time he wants to have, family time, he get on plane to go see a wife in Paris. That's what Zoe been doing for almost 20 years. Since Zoe became a lawmaker for almost 20 years, Zoe has never one day, he has never, as a lawmaker, you're going to make law oversight and representation. Zoe has no record of making any law. For 20 years, Zoe has made no single law. He hasn't co-sponsored any bill. He has never spoken on a Senate floor for 20 good years. Zoe is now telling the Grenadians that you're not reserve voter. So what is he telling us? So of course, Grenadier is not a reserve voter for CDC. Let's assume his argument is right. But the Grenadians have voted Georgia and Georgia won only one time for 6 years. If the Grenadians are not reserve voter for Georgia, who they only voted for one term, are you telling us that the Crumble are reserve voter for you, Zopeno? Because right now you want to be elected for 32 good years. 32 good years, so has been a perpetual liability on the crown people. So has passed no law. So as his name has been into every devilish activity in the country, Richard Lester Keating. Today, he and the current superintendent, they have mortgaged 500 hectares of the land to the Burkinabes. We all know the Burkinabes, everywhere they go, there is issue of a land conflict, intra-tribal war, and land dispute. Today's Zopeno is heralding the sale of the crown people land from the BR district illegally to the Burkinabe. Is he telling us that's the reason why we should get into the 2 years? After 20 years of legislative stewardship and 2 years in LPRC, he should be showing all his relationship. How has his relationship in the past time with all the president and his law-making progress, how has it benefited Nigeria? Let's look at Erin Snow, my dear brother Jake. Erin Snow has leveraged his relationship with all of the presidency. See what has happened in Bomi. Farms, people working for Erin Snow. Let's go to Tomo Fala because these are Zopeno legislative peers. Tomo Fala is a legislative peer also. So Tomo Fala and Erin Snow are the only 3 people that were elected 2005 and they are still around. And the late Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, look at, I'm not a fan of Prince Johnson, but Prince Johnson used his ill-gotten wealth today. There is a university in my country in his honor. What has Zopeno done? Zopeno only dish out money. There's a clip he says he worked is to buy baby tops for people, you don't say to nothing. or I can buy baby talk when your wife then give birth. Can you imagine? I feel embarrassed as a crown man, as a Grenadian, to listen to Zoe Manuel Peno cataloging buying of baby tops as an achievement after 20 years of failed legislative stewardship. Only one time in the last 20 years, who appeared his hands off Jake in a house to want to talk, and that was to ask for the session to be dismissed. Can you imagine? He was sleeping, and the only time he had spoken in 20 years was to put his hand up. But guess what? So it's a very rich man. How is he getting his money? How is he getting the money? It's to pawn the Grenadian people. It's to see the Grenadian as his reserved voters. That's why he doesn't do anything for them. He uses the manipulated approach because our people are suffering, they are vulnerable. They don't know what it means to be a lawmaker. He go and buy food, he buy rice, he buy lapis, he buy zinc. Is this the role of a lawmaker in the 21st century? 2005, my mom had no access to cell phone. She was in Seibo, all the way in Seibo, all the way in Togoitan, Kumatan, did down chains on it. Today, those people have cell phone on the farms. The same policy that Zoe used in 2005 is the same policy he wants to use today. So what is happening to Zoe? He's confused. Because me, as a stakeholder in Kenya, that we've launched a movement called the No to Zoe movement. That movement is geared towards educating, informing our people. And we're taking project from Tomo Fala district. See what Tomo Fala is doing in Lofa. I may not be supporting Tomo Fala now, but see what he has done in 20 years. See his T5 university. What can we say to Zoe? Nothing. Nothing we can show for Zoe. This pains me a lot for Zoe to repent here talking about, a Nigerian and reserve voter for George Weah. He hates George Weah so much. The only reason why he came around because we're in power and we make him senator today, he became a deviant. But I can't mess it for Zopeno. Zopeno, you will not be elected in 2029. Because you haven't done nothing in 23 years. Why should we give you 32 years? If we elect Zopeno in 2029, the only human being that will have more political power equal to Zo is but Tome went for only 27 years. So if you elect him in 2029, he will break Tome's record. That's what he wants to do. How can men as well break Tome's record? For what? For putting, for spraying your hair white? Show me one law that Zo has passed. No, man, Prince, and my dear brother Jake, what has Zo done? So talking about what Jory has done for the crown people. How about the city? How you call it? Peloton. Look at those buildings. I think it's on my page. You can put it up. My dear brother, Prince Sherry.
Sure.
The governor of Liberia, where and Governor Talu was a crown man. Jory appointed him. Me speaking to you, I'm a crown man. I was appointed at the EPA as a deputy. The general minister was a crown woman. She was appointed at general ministry. To the national and to RIA, there was right. One of our men called right. Even though the president is missing, he was a crown man. Kanye Gbagbala was a crown man, right? Many other crown people were appointed in government. See the role covered up all the roles that so people say and they government bidding role for who signed all those role contracts. All the money, all the funding secure. Even a door was the president of Labrador today, that road will still be built. It is still legacy of the CDC government, the legacy of Georgia government, because Georgia love the crown people. Electricity is everywhere today in our county. So so it's shameless. You got nothing to say, Federal Nigeria. So what is happening to Zoe to respond to your question is Zoe is shame. Zoe is a man who believes in some infrastructure. He's a stomach migrant. He and Kanil Babala. Everywhere, the kennel is, that's where they go. Everywhere the light shine is where they go. After their stomach, they don't care for the people. But Zoe will not be elected. Zoe doesn't deserve to be a senator. I feel embarrassed to see Zoe as my senator. Zoe is an embarrassment. The Crampo don't owe him again. He owe us. This is the reason why his wife is in Paris, his children everywhere around the world, enjoying good life. While the people of Putu Penokin, the people of Ziatan Kunemo, the people of
But
Togoita, everyone is
but
suffering in that country.
Honorable Dobayu, to just come in, one would say that these issues that you are raising did not just occur within this space of 2 years. These were things that I want to believe that was long been observed and cataloged by the people. And the people raised these issues even before people like you and even the institution that we support, could raise the hands of Zoe Emmanuel Peno. One would say people raise these issues and say, this man is this man is that. But yet, you were able to convince the people and say, look, give this man an opportunity. So one way say, speaking from just trying to put myself in that shoe, one way say that this calamity that have before them in Zopeno, you encourage it because you overlooked all of these excesses. What would be your response?
We have apologized to the people, right? You say the reason why you can love a woman is different from the reason why you divorce her. Nobody that formula to calculate human behavior. That's why social scientists have argued that social science is difficult than natural science. In natural science, 2 plus 2 will always be 4. But the reason why Jeremiah Kun said, Joe Boakai or people say different from the reason why Jeremiah Kun on the main ticket. We are human dynamic is an issue. And so because of that, for us who are scrupulous, we will apologize. We want to correct the wrong we did.
I like that. I like
We
that.
want to we have apologized. Right?
Mhm.
We have apologized. Unlike others who will do wrong and they persist and say no, blah blah blah. We were misled. How to a vetting? Well, how do you judge me? 2005, I was just in 11th grade. I was in 11th grade. 20 years later, I have 2 masters with 2 children. Do you judge me 20 years ago, the decision I made? Even if you want to judge me, yes, but I was a exuberant young man who just wanted good for my county. But after so many years, if I do not change the course of action, if I still remain adamant, if I do not expand my horizon and understand the cardinal function of a lawmaker, coming to America and traveling to other places around the world, my dear brother Prince, I know the function of a lawmaker. If you have a society where the lawmakers are functional, a functional legislative branch of government, the president will not be using 100,000 on a card, passing around recklessly in the UAE, doing nothing there. He's passing around with the Oriental deal they want to steal. And when we get to the issue about women pay, I'll tell you why they dismiss women pay. I got a brand new information. I feel digging deeper. So if you have a strong legislative branch of government, you will not have a president passing around recklessly where people build 10 million homes in Lofa County up to now, nobody can account for it. Because we have people like Zopeno who are not executing proper oversight. That's why our country is the way it is. So we apologize to the Liberian people. We want to correct the wrong right now. So that's how I can respond to that, my dear brother. That's how I can respond.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dogwayu, for giving us an extensive, at least, in-depth knowledge or understanding relative to at least what is happening in Grenji, that we are hoping to take a time off, of our schedule to have an exclusive, hour with you, and so that you can
Yeah,
go in
we
depth.
can bring a team. We can bring a team. Right now, to speak to you, I'm the global funnel and leader. I'm here. We have the Nodozo in America headed by Alicia, and we have the branch in Canada headed by Melvin. We have one in the UK and headed by John Akinire. We have one in Monserrato headed by Sylvester Craig. We have one in Grenji headed by Mr. Samson Bosso, and in all the 74 plus the community institutions, we have structure everywhere. In all the 6 administrative districts of Grand Grenada County, we have the structure everywhere. We are mobilizing. I'm telling you, when I say Zoe will not be elected, it's not just by mouth. It's who's on ground. Real work is ongoing. Zoe will not be elected because he doesn't deserve that space. He has overstayed his being. His service as a lawmaker for all those years has nothing to show. Which lawmaker doesn't make law and you want us to say really? On what basis? On what basis? How do we explain that to our kids, to our children, Jake? That's up to you, Jake, to give your input on that, my brother. I conclude on this.
Let me ask you a question before I get my input. Who the golfer? Listen, you. Who's the golfer in Grand Gile? Zopino or Ase Nyenimo?
Look,
Ambassador
let me tell
Ase
you,
Nyenimo.
let me tell you
Yeah.
why
Listen now. Listen.
yeah.
Listen. These places are traditional places like Lofa, Grand Gile, and Nima. If you can remember, Nima and Grand Gile get similar cultural relationship, the intermarriage, doing that the intermarriage, we know the history. My question I'm asking here, in Nima, we saw the letter of Prince Johnson. In Prince Johnson. Now the touch gone to Sam Koga. When you saw that body, you were jumping over the Prince Johnson body when the tribal people came together. It's another Grand Gideon, but I feel like there were a lot of Grand Gideon people from Grand Gideon. Everybody you ask them, they will tell you. My question is, I've been to them before. I've been all over the place. My question here is this. I said, Yenimo, you were part of, in a hot day, Ellen appointed, it was a darling Bob Ellen Johnson Shelley. Ellen appointed in Europe here, we got an ambassador in Belgium here. What I asking now, who is a godfather before I proceed between the two
And to be
people?
honest with you, unlike Nima County that had Prince Johnson in the last 20 years, Granted, there we have been pluralistic. We haven't had a definite godfather because, trust me, those son was defeated in an election. Yaya Nimle, who fought war, he was never instantly rewarded, as a godfather. Even the Ase Inambo, he was only elected 2005, 2011. He saw his shadow. Maybe team wasn't going, may not have gone okay. He did not recontest. He left from there. So, granted,
Wait,
there,
what
in
do you
fact, it's
mean?
the only
Wait, me
county.
ask you. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean when you saw his shadow? That the people of Grand are not in favor of him?
Yeah, because he only went for one term. Afterwards, he got appointed as ambassador. I mean, afterwards, he never recontested. He did not recontest.
Oh, okay.
So he
Okay.
did not recontest. He was never defeated, but he did not recontest. So what I can tell you is that we haven't have, to say, yeah, the person is our godfather.
How
But
about the
as far as
one
Grenji
that
there,
how about the one that died? The one that died they call Madison.
yeah, Madison, like we said, Madison just got elected in 2020, 2019 for and then 2020. So what I want to tell you, as a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
Grenji there is the only county that have never elected one senator 2 terms. Nobody has been re-elected in Grenji there. No senator has been re-elected. Now, you see, the county has consistently voted George Weah when it comes to the presidency. And when it comes to legislative seat, the seat has always been revolving based on your relationship with the people. That's how they can elect you. So that has been the political history of the county. So I would not be, so candid to say this is our godfather because unlike Prince Johnson when he say go this side, the country go that side, the country has been consistently behind the CDC. So to be honest with you, Joshua has been a godfather of Grenjiden. He's not a Grenjiden, but he's the only person that has proven consistency in terms of the political numbers in Grenjiden since 2005. Nobody else has done that. Everyone has fluctuated. No politician has been successful in saying Grenjide go the way and Grenjide go that way. It is only the CDC and Georgia that have done that. So I don't know of anybody right now, who can say a godfather. Because to be a godfather, you must direct the people. You must tell them where to go and they should follow you. And that's the role right now. So Open wants to purport onto himself. That's why you kept saying
Okay.
this time around in 2029, we'll tell you where to go because the reason why Nima can benefit more because when Prince Johnson say you go this side, the people go there, then Prince Johnson can take the blame. He said, how you blame us? When you can listen to us. CDC has been treating Grenjide like a reserve voter. This time around, you follow me. So he's damaging himself with a title that he doesn't have. He's desperate to project himself as the godfather, self-imposed godfather of Grenjide. A godfather who he been in Zion for almost 20 years, he can't graduate. How can that man be a godfather for Grenjide County? How can that man be a godfather for Grenjide when he hasn't passed a single law? He's an embarrassment to our country. So we will campaign against him. He would not be elected. He needs to be prosecuted. So has been part of every bad deal in that country. All of the bad concession, this is the useless concession that was signed in that country. He was part of it. For example, the APM terminal today that is capped for over 25 years. And when you carry your goods in that country, whatever they say, the British company, owned by Tony Blair, it becomes funnel. So onto that particular company. The El Nido deal, bad concession in the Western cluster that had no merit is like the Oriental deal today that they want to sign. So onto that. So they didn't stop there. They become renewable. We all know they came with that phone and they say they will transform, the rubber chip to produce renewable energy. Today, as I speak to you, that did not materialize. Zosan onto that deal to even extend the fire soon. Zosan onto it. Do you know that Farmington is not paying tax in Liberia? They have, I think, 25 years concession. Farmington Hotel, you see over
Yeah,
there.
Farmington.
They,
Sure.
yeah, they're not paying tax. They're not paying tax. It's called Umba Labro and one French member until after 25 years, Labro, they're not paying no tax over there. So onto that agreement. The channel renewable. Every bad concession in that country, Zopino sound onto it. How do we have such a man? They put two iron out today, put two man that has gone away, so sound onto it. Right now, the reason why you see him talking plenty for Boakai, because they are now negotiating with some Russian to bring back Putu online and he wants to be the person cutting out of the shot. That's why you see Zo You know, that's the mission Jeremiah composed on, because they said in 2029, Zo will be the godfather for the entire Southeastern region. So he is lying and deceiving himself. Yeah, that was him behaving like that. So we know everything Zo Peno is doing. So I mean, to respond to your question, he's not a godfather. He can never be a godfather. He
Okay.
imposing godfathership on himself.
Prince, let me come in quick. We shouldn't get credence to these things here. Let me break it down for the followers here. Zo don't have leverage over Grand Gideon. Never. You can never have leverage. Let me tell you something. Well, I was Zo talking about all the Grand Gideon that vote play, where they keeping vote for George Weah. Let me remind Zo Peno and his followers here that reality, the whole Southeast, that whole block, 5 to 6 county, nobody more put for. That reality, it belongs to George Weah. The same way the Lofian of vote for Boakai. Any Lofian are coming in the race. Let me make it clear to you. Any Lofian are coming in the race, where they can take that vote from. It's a reserve for them now. On their probably they no Lofian in the race, then probably yes. Then people can fight for that particular place. The same way go to Nima. If you look at what lens, you can look at the political arena of our country. It's about tribal politics. Deeply embedded into the people. Deeply embedded into the people. So it's part of our culture. It's part of it. It will not change just now. So that whole Southeast. First of all, Zo have been disgraced. Prince, we saw you on social media. Mami Do. Bro, Zo. Daily close out of the closet and watching in front of everybody that reality. When she went on that rampage, how Zo came her. You're feeling forgetting on Spoon and other channel. Mami don't unleash everything concerning the property that Zo get documents on. Zo don't want to pass the property up to them. Today, Zo, Mami, as people say, if Zo really love the Grand Gideon, that daughter, that son, why Zo in that kind of position cannot help these people? Why you cannot help these people? But you see, parading or guy, or son or Samuel Doe, look at Samuel Doe in Monrovia on a drag car. Just say that video circulated. Nobody knew about that guy. We only saw that guy later on, and we saw he was Zo Peno. But Mami brought everything out of the closet. Mami Doe brought everything out of the closet. So we shouldn't dive into this thing here with Zo Peno. Zo Peno don't have leverage. Seriously, Zo Peno is doing it. He's trying to tease us. He's trying to tease people. He's trying to tease the sedition. They're going to get thick skin. Zo Peno probably in 2029. That real son of Grand Jida will come and challenge him. And they need to put 2 or 3 parties forward to come challenge him if they want him for him not to be in power. His days are numbers for me. His days are numbers all over the place. They are greedy group of people. As Randall said, why Zo naturally done for the Grand Gideon people? Who put on scholarship? Shame on him. You think Grand Gideon people are smart people? You didn't work for that kind of thing? You never been no institution, no hospital, nothing. You just cajole your whole you spend never money you spending outside your family, living outside, you live in the country. Tell somebody haunting you and your family. Why? What you have done for the Grand Gideon people before? So people that while I would tell people in the CDC, now certain people you might get people that were aligned with you, and then they when they flip-flop, they went on the other side. Even they making statement, let them make a statement. 2029, you would know when the political CC really start, then we would know who get the country. Brother, Zo cannot come. You see, fact, you can see 30 Grand Gideon surrounding. No, but Zo is very mean. Yeah. Everybody knows Zo is mean. We know our country now. Zo come outside here. Who Zo come to? When Zo come to Paris, France, we are seeing on so many occasions. You don't even let out the place. They get print, and I say something. You can say repetition is greater than money. You can get money. Nobody wants to see you with your money. You can be like nothing with your money. You can see the pure charisma, no spirit in Zo. And they're not likable people. With all our riches they have, Zo they lonely. Let me tell you today, Zo is happy. Zo not happy. Deep down, Zo not happy. I see they happy with Barbara Junior. Other than not happy, you can see the pure body language. You know they call her to be happy with inside. That the greatest joy on planet. You think that money can make everybody happy? You can get money, but you're running the demon working in you. So you're gonna get Zod. So don't have no leverage over Grand G there. Grand people not stupid as sound educated people. And no plenty Grand in America and other places. So they're not dummy people, eh? They don't go by the win, eh? No, they don't go by the win. So that thing, that thing you talking Grand that you don't know. Reaching people stupid. The people know what George was there for the Nesedo family. What George has serious relationship with Samuel Doe. Let me remind Liberian people, you're finna forgetting when the late Samuel Doe told us that we should pay the American people debt when we owe the American government. Go to newspaper. George will contribute to that debt payment. The Lone Star, how they used to be, how they had that relationship. How do you so call Joria a son? Nobody can break that relationship. No, Zodan there. Who is Zodo breaking? It's a trouble
Thank you.
place. It can never break that relationship, brother. So
Thank,
we shouldn't get credence. Citizens
thank you
shouldn't
so
get credence.
much. Thank you so much. You know, fellow Liberians, to just have my take on this issue of Zoe. For me, I think people who do not stand for anything, who do not stand to say, look, I have my integrity. Look, you can disagree with somebody and also give that person, you know, a space or work in the same environment, especially politically. It doesn't necessarily mean that you got to support and be a bootlicker to somebody in order for you to project yourself that you believe in that person. What we have seen over the period, fellow Liberian, and this is something some of us will come down hard on at the appropriate time. You cannot have people who do not believe in the people in your cycle. No. You cannot have people with a consistent record of not believing in the people in your cycle. No. This issue of integrity has been compromised by most of these people that refer to themselves as lawmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Compromised.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that the only way that they can get the money, and it's about the money,
Yes.
is to
Nothing
keep
else.
aligning with whatever government and denigrating your institution.
Mm-hmm.
And denigrating your institution. For a Zoe to reduce himself to a beg ball of Joseph Numa Boakai, the way I give up on Zoe. With this issue of the current, the electricity, when the Unity Party government took over and they had to pay Ivory Coast the money to keep the current on. And Joseph Numa Boakai went on a field trip to Ivory Coast to go and talk to the president there. We saw what happened. You saw the position of Zoe. Zoe was sitting at that particular place like some kind of palopo, as somebody would say, or like some kind of bag ball sitting there. To the extent that he was even placed all the way behind. Like people sitting in a place behind. I mean, behind the how you call it, the hall. Joseph Numa Boakai was sitting there, you know, with the president. They took Zoe Peno and sent him all the way to the back. These are people who are very desperate. They do not have character to protect, image to protect. They don't have it to protect. What they have or what they look at is just that particular political, somebody will say, proximity. But character is not there. For people like Zoe Emmanuel Pena to look at the CDC and start to denigrate the CDC and the political leader, this tells you, fellow Liberians, that there are people who I don't care how the sun shines. They will continue to remain dark in their heart. Zoe became who he is because of the CDC practically. Zoe's political career was done, especially this gone term that he ran for how you call for senator. His political career was completely done. We observe what happened in Grange. His political career was done. It practically took the CDC to say no. Let's stand by Zoe. Let's give Zoe the opportunity. And today, Zoe, instead of speaking on behalf of the people, he have chosen to speak for Joseph Nyuma Boakai, neglecting the people of Grange. Look at Zoe Emmanuel. What can he show to the people? What has he been able to do? Like Honorable Duba, you said, all of the Koyokaya thing that you hear in Grange, oh, Burkina Faso come on this, I already tell the people, oh, the other one. His hands have always been inside. This brother brag and think that he can boast with money. He feels that the people will be moved by the money, or he can use the money to get his way through. The last time we saw him, displaying money around, oh, I'll get 100,000, I'll get 1,000. Look, so Emmanuel Peno elected, you can get 500,000. The people know who you are. The people know who you are. That's the only thing Zoe Emmanuel Peno will do. Maybe collect small money, get it up, grow, get it up, put small money, get it up, put small money. But the people have come to the realization that you, Zoe, you are a disgrace to them as a son. The people of Grange are not cowards. They will look in the face of anybody and say, this is not right. This is not the way it's supposed to be. To see as though Emmanuel Peno will forget about the people and will be after his political career and will be a backboard to Joseph Nyuma Boakai and will praising the Boakai government, not outlining the excesses in the government. How Grangidian honor this particular regime have been looked down upon. This just tell you that my people, Zoe has lost all his value. He's just like a floating chaff that is being carried away by the wind, being tossed by the wind. When you see it, you say, oh yeah, they chaff a playing star. Now no, they're not playing star. The wind just trying to disgrace it. Just looking like. That is what is happening.
Prince, let me come in short.
Yes.
Let me come in short before we change the topic concerning Zoe. Let me tell you, if you look at the political landscape in Liberia, it's not about Zoe. Let me tell you, let me break it down to the followers here now. It's not about Zoe then coming to Joseph Boakai. And Joseph Boakai they coming to. Like alignment you see, they finish calculating. Listen, they call it deep, Prince. It's very deep. These guys believe that Jeremiah will become president soon. That keep that video. Don't keep this video. They believe the Ome cannot be there to 2029. That they're thinking. So what they want, you see the Zoe, what you see what they get alignment with Jeremiah Kun. You see that Joseph Boakai, when you see Tomo Falalen leaving, they can join the Liberian people. Joseph Boakai, Tomo Falalen know deep down in yourself, Joseph Boakai cannot like him. See what say he know it. So the alignment is not about it. No, the alignment is diverting y'all. The alignment is about Jeremiah Kun, the son Joseph. All about they doing new alignment. They waiting in the wind. They heavily believe in the wind. Why him rekosa unwusa? It's in Jeremiah's kono. That's when you talk about the men selling him on part. The politicians in Liberia will not fool y'all. They're not. What's the United Party? They don't know about these people. The hierarchy of the United Party that they sparse Joseph, that they sparse Tomofala, and Zopeno. These what they don't know them. They know every segment, every move. Let me tell you who the United Party now presenting. Prince, what they putting on the what they can be put on that shoulder now. Starting from 20, you will see Jake said it in the head of time. That Rachel Kun. They speak on now. You see Rachel Kun traveling all over now, all over the place, going to Maryland, other places, going to concession places now. Listen to me. These guys they know the battle now will be drew. They know it that coming 2027, 2028. I told you on this platform, you want to keep this video. Mr. Boakai will not contest in the 2029 election. He will be feeble, seriously feeble. They know it. They get the cronies, those that surround him, those that leak secret from the president medical record in their pain. They know it deeply to them. So while they're doing alignment that they feel that they can govern the country, these guys are fighting for power. Is that nothing else? You leave the president out of the whole contention. No. That alignment you see, they're not about the president. What's the president? They care about the president. They're looking for the new generation that they feel they can take over the country. That's why you see Zoe, the Tomo Fala, then betraying their own party, the Sir Joseph, then forming party, all these things. Then. Wait, look at the arena. There's somebody sensible in the that were part of that arena and they thinking twice. You see the dispute now between Nyomli Kanka, all of them now with Dillon. The whole house is divided, the whole legislature, everybody, they're pitching each other. What side we should go? What side we should go? The clock is ticking. Seriously, the clock is ticking. Look at the arena in the country. Look at it. They're not alarming with Joseph Boakai. No, they're alarming with Jeremiah Kun.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Honorable Doga, you want to start this from you. We heard from the executive mansion. First, it was a kind of rumor we were hearing from the grapevine that there is not this good term between Wecme and that of the president. Some allege that, well, Wecme will not compromise his integrity and will not be able to bow down to, Joseph Numa Boakai ego to destroy the country, thereby asking him to sign things that will haunt his character for years.
It's all lie.
So we heard so many things about Wecme and that of Joseph Numa Boakai until we look on the website or on the official page of the executive mansion and saw a communication where Wecme was relieved of his post. The government did not tell us. Joseph Numa Boakai did not tell us why. Yes, they relieved the mayor of his post. What is going on? What are you hearing, Honorable Dobayo? What do you think is going on?
So, yep. Taking that one up first, let me tell you what I'm hearing. Firstly, before going to Cathedral Catholic School, I used to be in SDA on Camp Johnson Road. And so, the SDA religion, they were used to castigate, we the Catholic people. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. We are getting you loud and clear.
So I left from there and went Cathedral. I'm giving this because I know Wecme from SDA because he's an SDA guy. Straightforward man. He believes in principle. He believes in hard work. He believes in integrity. We all know Wecme was part of the Unity Party at the time. When he had issue with Manasseh leave, and because of that, he had no serious job. I think he served as assistant minister also with Commerce. I think deputy minister was a higher position he held. He had to leave as Secretary General, and he went the way of running Shema because he was an institutional guy. So, in a nutshell, what we want to say is that the individual being spoken of here is a man of integrity. Now, can integrity and corruption sit in the same pen and survive? We said no. Now, let me tell you the reason why the guy was put out of his position. Not just he. There's another young man called Carlos Tingbe. Carlos Tingbe is assistant minister for mine. The assistant minister for mine is like the Gorgie apparatus, is like the powerhouse, the nuclear, is like the heartbeat of the entity because that's the lead technician. So most of the time you see assistant minister for mines and the minister of mines and energy can work hand in hand because he's the front line commander, for the whole mining sector. So it's a strategic position. Whoever is coming as minister of mine, the person who is assisting you got to be hand in hand. So they removed the young man who was way down there and they removed Wecme. The reasons are quite simple. Now, we know the Oriental D is ongoing. The Minister of Mines and Energy, you also sit on LDC Bull, you own Nuka. Everywhere that has to do with the extractive industry, you are involved. So the position is a very big position. Now, Wecme Smith, we saw his wife. His wife went on Facebook and she was not direct as to why, but she said her husband could not be coerced because he's a man of integrity. And she said, the family is proud of you, the children are proud of you. That is a coded message. We went further. We went further to dig deeper because me too, I'm in the extractive industry. Man, you at some point in time, I found B Mountain before 100. I found 99,000 before. I found China Union. I found a lot of company. So I was a tough guy when I was in the sector regulating. So people were after me. Those people that were after me, I know them. Now the reason why Wecme pay has been dismissed is because one of those big hands, one of the biggest financiers of Joseph Boakai in this dispensation is a guy called Walter McCarthy. Walter McCarthy, today, he is the biggest backstage actor in the mining industry. When I mention today, you will be a mine minister, you'll be a mine minister. In fact, the man is a consultant for ArcelorMittal. He's a consultant for B Mountain, and every major class A mining company, whether gold, whether diamond, whether iron ore. This guy is the de facto government relation officer. He's the bridge between the government and that of those companies. So government owner interest in this company, he's like the point man. I think in B Mountain government get about 15% equity. So the person who is representing government is that guy. He's the guy playing that role. It's a very, very strategic and powerful role. And this guy, Walter McCarthy, since he's a financier of Joseph Boakai, he pumped a lot of money last minute time during the campaign. Those t-shirts that came when you saw Joseph Boakai Sabu was shunning. You know, it was that guy and the Abijari group that printed those t-shirts. So Joseph Boakai owed this man a lot of money. Now this guy now has interest in a Chinese company that wanted to do business dubiously. Because you see, they just did the systemic study, they did the mining study, the geological survey of Liberia. They know everywhere that major deposits are. They know the places that every deposit are. So there was so much strategic that the guy wanted to pick and carry the Chinese company. You know, Wecme Pay said, no, it can't happen because this guy has not reached all of the benchmark. Let's go through the process. And there's what a guy feels like Wecme Pay is stepping on his toes. Wecme Pay is coming in his business line of fire. And who is Wecme Pay picking like you know what will get Joseph Boakai? It was hard to then they had argument. If you call yourself man, you'll see. It was the immediate one. Some other thing has to do with the oil deal, and the other one have to do with, you know, the very data that Joseph Boakai spoke about to Trump. That data, they believe Wecme Pay has been slow in disclosing the data source to the guy, the very water guy. Joseph Boakai instructed that Wecme Pay should give the guy access to that data. You know, it's like a map of all mineral deposits in Liberia. So if you look at the map, you see the play part of Cayman, the part of Hindi in Bon County, they got more deposit. Then there where you will allow your mining customers to go. So Wecme Pay has refused to disclose that to the guy because the guy has no business to see that. Because when you see that, that's not fair play in the business game. And it gives you leverage. And then he uses the data to go and sell a loaf of butter the morning can. He and Joseph Boakai, Jojo them. In fact, that was the same guy who the Chinese group was the guy group that paid for Jojo when you saw him in the film. One of Joseph Boakai's son was on the yacht with a lot of girls, I think 10, 15 girls. He hired these sex workers and they were scraping for him. That same very Chinese group is linked with Joseph Boakai's children. So the main reason why Mr. Wecme Pay has been dismissed is tied to one, his refusal to honor, to bow to the golden image, to be reporting to McCarthy, who was a financier to Boakai, and Boakai feel like he cannot tell that man no. Saying cannot tell that man no, he instantly dismissed Wecme Pay and bring in Martinegbe Tegbe. They bring in Tegbe, and of course Tegbe say he got to go there with own assistant minister. So, they got what the assistant minister for exploration. He was dismissed along with Wecme Pay. But the next day, they reappointed him as assistant minister for energy. Ask yourself, if the guy did wrong, that he dismissing, why were you reappointing the next day? Because for that guy, he did nothing wrong. So they say, okay, we'll just bring him by point to energy. The guy right now, go on Imagine website, you see the same man who was dismissed from exploration because the assistant minister for exploration, assistant minister for mine, and the minister of mines and energy are strategic position there. So the guy who is going now, who McCarthy is sending, they don't want anybody seeing any information, so they carry their own crew there. So that is everything surrounding the dismissal of pay. Everything is about criminality. It's about Boakai amassing wealth. It's about Boakai mortgaging our image, the image of our resources, our future to a singular individual who gave him money during his campaign. This is a calamity. This is something we have to be confronted with 2030 after winning the election. Because Joe Boakai is all around corrupting our money and extractive industry. Joseph Boakai has reduced the entire sector to a family business. Joseph Boakai in 2023 said when he becomes president, he will audit all of the MDA and they will be reversed. Up to now, B. Martin hasn't been reversed. When the people went there to talk about that benefit, they were killed point blank. Where are we heading? Joe Boakai.
Honorable, why you others in some quarters are saying, this is a step in the right direction. Mr. Boakai reform on government policy is taking shape. He wants to align his policy with people who will be able to adequately implement his policy. And in fact, this is a major shuffle, or somebody would say a major reform. How do you, counteract those who are saying that this is reform, this is, shifting the government, and the government is taking shape, and etc.
If you want to reform instead the reason say the man was corrupt while dismissing, then I will prosecute him. That's the definition of reform. You cannot wake up one morning and dismiss the man. Joe Boakai Labra is not your property. Even though the Constitution say people work at your will and pleasure, but you work at the will and pleasure of us. So if you dismiss somebody, disclose it. But if you don't disclose it, and we have to know the reason through backstage into action, it suggests that you are not into reform. You are just reforming, your own corrupt backstage agenda. Which type of reform since the commerce minister was dismissed for using card at worth 100,000, what has happened to him? Do you interpret that as reform? So those people who tell you that's reform, ask them, what has happened to Emma Glasgow? You said she was involved in the corruption. Once she leave, you put Sarah same way there, the case go untouched. Nothing has happened again. Is that what you call reform? You go to LTA, you replace the commissioner, they carry you to court, they won the court judgment, you pay them 300,000. Is that a definition of reform? What are we experiencing is that distribution of distribution of wealth, putting people in strategic position to generate money for the Boakai family, to feed his expensive lifestyle. That nobody tells about reform yet. There ain't nothing reform occurring. This is how we respond to this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My brother Jake, let's hear from you. Wecme, and other
Prince, me, I'm a sharpshooter. Listen, that why I'm gonna tell you people on their platform here, I'm a different guy. CDC people, you're joking. You're joking with left. You're joking with power. Why you're taking a woman page story and getting tackled? I see everybody running with that thing here on social media. You know what running with this thing mostly? I get angry. I like sedition. What? The people fighting with money and sending you why don't get a hit on it? What woman pay get integrity? Let me ask you a question. What mean women pay get integrity, Liberian people? If you guys really integrity, let me remind you, you're quick to forget. This is a see women pay that could now be brought out into suspend Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You're finished forgetting Liberian people. Where's women pay? All of them corrupt that need all of them in a cookie jar. And you're talking about they get integrity, they get women pay get repetition. They break your party headquarters down. Women pay they get any statement in the country, made with integrity. Putting that country first, they break police brutality all over the country, misrule. The president is urinating the Supreme Court of Liberia. You won't pay any statement because even they were then today. Why? Let me ask you, why a web take all active on social media? Let me tell you, Prince, we're not stupid here anymore. We're more paying than they call it the HPS. Let me tell you today, what brought the split? The HPA is a rivalry going, it's a fighting going on between the Asala Meter group, the new presidential affairs minister. Let me tell you today, I know we're gonna Stephen Kwa. He wants work with meter steel. He wants having work with meter steel. There's not in the making, it's not just coming in the making, no. This for been on long time. Women page them with the American group of people with hit on a surrogate. Then the other group with the Asala Mito, the Jamaica, the vice president, all these people having here inside. It's all right. So you know what I like about the Liberian people? They quit to buy story, especially my CDC people what we support. That's why I say I'm CDC. I'm a fan. I know the president. long time. I'm a judge. We are fanatic. I know him. I told you, if he not in any race, Godable society then I see CDC people all over the place. What me woman pay get integrity? They put up a demeaning your government at that time when they were in opposition, saying the worst thing about you because they wanted power. They finish roasting one of them now. They finish roasting. They get more to roast. They get, and I tell you here, and the people traveling up and down. You think when I tell you they've been black boy, you think I joke? I'll be joking here. I'm a whistle blower. When I tell you the thing here, yo, I say you the Unity Party going to 2 years plus now. Coming in the 10 years now. Don't you worry. We got our 10 years coming. And they're traveling all over the world. And they're traveling.
So you want to make an import? Just a minute.
Yeah, you can make an import, but listen to me. You must start crying for the bereaved CDC people. That they get an in-house fighting. That they get an in-house fighting. The people they want to crumble your president, your presidential candidate. They're doing everything to erase your. Then where's woman? You're discussing women pay. Sorry, man. You're discussing women. He don't have no integrity. All of them corrupt. All of them playing cool against Ellen Johnson Sally. You're finally forgetting when they expect Ellen Johnson Sally for he was in collaboration with Boakai. All of them are whole cronies. You don't see fighting here. Just wait to, and I'll tell you here, just wait 2027 because they know Boakai not running again. He's not in control.
So
you can come in.
Not to call you all that. Let me just come in with the other point. You see, if you say these people are corrupt and they were appointed by Joe Boakai, then who should we put the blame on? So we will exempt these people and put the blame on Boakai. Because show me your friend.
Yeah, but why woman pay cannot come out now? Okay, they sack you, but no reason why you cannot come out and address the press.
Because
why?
Because he's a political actor. Maybe he loves his
clear
party.
yourself. Clear your name.
No, so
tell them what you do.
Let me answer. Let me answer the question, Jake.
Let me give this point now. So, Women Pay is not the president. We did not elect Women Pay. Assuming Women Pay, what you say he's corrupt, I don't want to say he's not corrupt. A superior respondent in criminal justice. So Joe Boakai takes the blame. All those people, if they are corrupt, Joe Boakai is the guy who the Liberian boy elected. I'm not going to waste my time. Oh, Women Smith is corrupt. Women Smith would never appear on the ballot. Women Smith is not the guy who is giving order in our country. Women Pay. So Joe Boakai takes the greater responsibility. He hired all of these guys. So every blame is on him. So we're not going to waste our time to be on Women Pay.
Another question. If they Women Pay your parading all over the Facebook and other places, your feet get rapid. No. The CDC people parading in all over the place with a particular story here. I've seen it on social media. Why he told by Monserrato when he get the greatest repetition, why he never won the Monserrato country the senatorial race?
What you don't understand, don't make it seem that we are for him. But between he and Boakai, we'll waste our time on Boakai and not on him. Between he and Boakai, we saw him growing on as compared to Boakai. Between he and Boakai, when corruption go on, Boakai is a greater criminal. So we put the blame on Boakai, and the lesser evil is on Women Pay. So don't get it confused here. We are not backing Women Pay. We are not backing Women Pay, but we are saying Boakai is the bigger corrupt man. Boakai is the guy who hired all of these people. Boakai is the guy who believes in their judgment. He lobbied for them at the Senate. So if something has occurred, the question now to you is, why Boakai haven't said what did he do? Why Boakai have not stated what did they mean do?
He know. Listen to me. He know what he did. He could say, I want to know my reason why the president dismissed me.
This is what you're missing when you say that Boakai is right. Because Joseph Boakai tried to project an image.
The president can dismiss you. Listen to me. As the constitutional right for the president, I want that obvious. The president can wake up and sleep today. He can wake up and sleep. You can do nothing. He can sack you.
No,
that is in the preview. According to our constitution, in the president's preview.
That's true, but it's in our preview to ask the president why he did that. Now, Joseph Boakai is wrongly projecting that he's a decision maker and he can dismiss people who doing the wrong thing. He tried to shift the blame on his officials. So for us as political commentators, we have to be very smart to understand Joseph Boakai is doing all of these things so that he'll give excuse in 2029 to say, man, people, all of these things are the people that are brought around, and I'm me that then did it. So you don't allow Joseph Boakai to run away with that, Jake. You gotta understand that
No, we're not
you gotta use
lying,
your
but let
third
the
eye.
people speak. The people that then double you, the people that sack, let them speak out. Let them speak out. You can't be mute. The president sack you. Then you're I think the
No,
president sack you.
no,
Listen to
but
me,
Joe,
a
that one
kid.
is on
So the
him
president sack you your wealth. Listen to me, oh. So the president sack you. Your wealth post on Facebook page. Then after days, she recover, she move it from her storage. What you mean? Where that when imply?
because
Listen, you're looking
because
at you're follow
no
what you're looking at the
because
scenario here. Yeah.
because to be
Uh-huh.
honest, they feel like the opposition. They almost like you and your wife may palava, right? You're in broke all year. You're still legally married, so you can go outside there and say they will more plenty tear and say everything. So morally they can say they're settled in house. Now maybe people went to her and say, you know why you giving CDC people more power? So delete this because they got CDC as common enemy. They will compromise their emotion and do that. But that doesn't mean what she said is not the truth. You gotta forget about sentiments sometimes and deeper. Use your political tear up. Use the tear up
Listen to
for
me.
Tara.
This win. Let me tell you something. This win is a win for CDC. This particular dismissal is a win because you know what? There's a political battle you people fighting. You got to get tasky in the game. The fire for, as the president said recently, fire for fire. We think why us in nation ready now for
So
anything that
that's
will go
why
down in Liberia, go
that's
down in
why
Liberia.
that's why the fire
This
for
is a fire
fire.
for fire. And
That's why
eliminating ourselves now,
no.
it will be in
That's
your
why we're gonna.
favor.
That's why the fire
It
for
will be
fire
in your particular favor. But
because
I said Dubois, I
on,
said about the platform. I visited, I see the social media on fire. Like this. Look at that this guy is a CDC people, CDC guy. They just back up fire. You see everybody coming off from all over. No, that's not the call. This call, be your party headquarters. Focus on the mistake with your made, that the cheating that occurred, it shouldn't happen anymore. And you have to be ruthless. Ruthless to the core. I
missing the
don't tell
ball.
you,
You on this one
ruthless to the core because
on
the
the
Unity Party, they don't
on,
relate, they love power. So
on this one
you don't buy into that dismissal, then they're
on
doing
no on,
no.
on this one you missing the ball on this one, my dear brother Jake. We're not buying
Okay.
into the dismissal team. We try to tell people that Joseph Boakai is not who he is. The reason why he dismissed the man is not because the man is corrupt, but because the man refused to give him the bigger share that he wanted. So two criminals can see, and the other
But
man decide to.
we don't see nothing in the executive mansion website to say he refused. But so it's
So
up.
you
Listen to me. Dubois, it's up to the. I know the president take responsibility, but it up to the particular person because why your reputation been tarnished, you've been dismissed, you're not resigned. A different thing we're talking here. It will be on your record. They fire you. The president sack you. That the city Dosa. Let me tell you something. Dosa Boakai. Why we don't talk about it?
so
Eh?
Jake, what you not
When you are
understanding is this. No, why
agriculture
you not
minister
no,
for
why you not
investment, the
understanding is
records are
this.
there.
Why
And the
you not
record,
understanding is this.
and I see record tinted, and I see record tinted in Joseph Boakai. It's on his
Why
record. That
why you not
Senate don't
understanding
fire to
no
and the minister of agriculture.
why you not understanding is this. There has been negotiation now to carry the men back to the governance commission because, like I
No
explained to
problem.
you, this McCarthy guy, he's the guy controlling the whole sector right now. Boga mortgage the whole sector to him, and McCarthy doesn't want the guy over there because Joe Boga loved McCarthy, then he loved this man. So it's just a matter of Joe Boga prioritizing somebody's interest above the country's interest. That is the angle I want you to understand this from.
Okay, that
So
wait and see. That wait and see if they when they reappoint into another position. Then when they reappoint into another position, then the CDC people that were
but
going to this
but
story,
but you
she will
just
be on
I
your.
just told
She
you
will be on your.
I
That's
just
why I
told
say you
you
That's why I say
no.
you hold your own. You be ruthless too. Yes, if they appoint this man to another position, then what will be when you will say you will retract all your statement you have been making on Facebook?
No, that's what we're telling you. That's what we're telling you. The real reason why Boga dismissed this man is not because of corruption. It's because of interest. So if Boga bring the man back, it will be on Boga, then it will be on us. So if this man is good to be a governor commission, then why did he take him from Mars and Energy? The reason is because of interest, because of corruption. Because Boga wants somewhere that he got somebody that will control.
And
That
then
is the real reason why he did
the president can tell you reshuffle on your
Yeah,
government. The president
yeah.
can tell you reshuffle on your government.
The thing is with this issue of women pay that I want to lay my thought on it, is that
Mhm.
it doesn't mean because an individual is within the opposition, so you cannot see the good in that person, or you cannot see the the level of patriotism that they have
They
exhibited.
saw the good in y'all. They saw the good in
Uh,
your time.
let me make my point. The thing here is Mr. Boakai was the one who condemned all of the concessions that were operating under the regime of Mr. Boakai. Sorry, President Weah. They said everything that was happening from the APM to B Mountain to wherever, they condemned it and said that it was not good for the Liberian people. That when they come, they will ensure that all of these concessions are cancer. They will expel them from Liberia and etc. etc. Like I've said from the beginning of this particular discussion, the government does not run on the shoulder of the ministers or the directors. It is the president agenda that these people are implementing. That's his agenda. In my belief, in my mind, I look at this issue of women pay from two stands. The first thing is that Boakai will not want to encourage anybody who believe in transparency or who want to stand for accountability around him, because he is a corrupt individual. Boakai can appoint him to any other area, but when it comes to that particular area of lands, mines, it's very, very sensitive and lucrative to support Boakai projects. Look at the 10 million project that is happening in Foya. You think where those money are coming from? One of the major sources of the income is from the mines area. This issue of trying to go to this concession. Why you think these few times these lawmakers are traveling? The last time we saw almost all of them in Nimba County. All of them were in Nimba County. Why you think they were there? Look, there are individuals in the government, we agree that we are in opposition. But I believe that even our own oppositionists, it doesn't mean because we are in opposition, so we should just oppose anything. Well, for me, I stand differently on that. Why it is true, I do not support this government. This government will fail. It has already failed. We are seeing it. But if there are individuals who are trying to pinpoint the ills, what do? Do we say because they are pinpointing the ills, so we should just crucify all of them? Now, with the issue of this particular Womope is somebody, especially in this issue. I'm talking about other issue. Yeah, there are other things, we may have differences on. But in this particular issue, Boakai believed that he wants somebody at that particular place that will be able to play by his rules. That will play by his rule. That when he say go, the person say, yes, sir, I'm running. Sit, yes, sir, I'm running. So anybody that try to bring logic to the discourse, anybody that try to ask the second question, Boakai will get rid of them. I'll give you an example. Why you think Boakai get rid of all of those who occupy tenure position? Or why you think even the tenure position were created? These tenure positions were created so that even within the executive, there can be check and balance in the executive.
Mm-hmm.
So that they can be check and balance. So that the president will not jump on and just do anything. So that these people will carry on their work in a safe environment. It will not be intimidated, will not be afraid. They say, oh yeah, they may want to say no, they person here will move me. Let's take for an example, look at the central bank. Why do you think the central bank governor has a tenure position? So that he will feel relaxed. So that he will not be intimidated by whoever. That will just say, give me the money. Then he take and give it because he say, I'm afraid they will sack me the next day. So these tenure positions were created so as to ensure that the executive is properly functional and that the president will not just have his will. But what Boakai did, we saw Boakai dismissing all of these people from the tenure position, replacing them with his people. Take for example, look at the central bank. Aloysius Talu was there. They lied and said that the men were corrupt. He ran to court. What did Boakai do? Boakai call in the size, oh, I lost your title, forget about it. And let's look at
Mm-hmm.
300,000. Go sit down, you boy, lead that in there. So in this case, you see that there are two issues here. The first thing is that Boakai being a corrupt old man, this very useless, corrupt president, will never want to see anybody in his space that is trying to checkmate his act of corruption. No. Why you think from the report, from the other report by GSC, why you think these various, how you call, agencies that are contributing to the budget, or this contributing, how you call, agency to the budget, why you think they are not contributing? Why you think their contribution are not forthcoming? It is not forthcoming because these people are supporting Boakai directly, because these people are giving money to this old man, to his foundation. So Boakai don't care about the budget. Even if these people do not contribute their own quota, if this income generating agency, if they do not contribute their quota to the budget, but once they can be able to put in Boakai Foundation, Boakai is cool with it. He's good with it. Anyone know? He's good with it. So anybody that try to stand a bit sense in the corrupt PA and say, Mr. Boakai, you can't proceed like this, you become an enemy. To some extent, you become an enemy. And judging from the record, I do not support Wecme. The first thing is that Wecme, what is the reform that you've brought to the table about these concessions? I will ask that question. You serve as the Ministry of Mines. Let's look at what happened in King George. What are the reforms that you put in place? All of these concessions that are in Liberia, especially in the area of mining, what are those reforms? What are those things that you have put together to say, well, we can look at, say, yeah, Wecme, you know, the man, you want reform in this area. What are those reforms that we've seen? For me, I think I have not seen much. I have not seen much. I don't know, but for me, I have not seen much from you. But again, it doesn't mean that we should dismiss some of his little effort or his widow might in trying to ensure that there are checks and balance around the place. And for me, I think all that is happening is Boakai wants to have his will. And if anybody he deemed standing for the Liberian people, especially in this particular issue, he will get rid of you. Take for an example, look at what happened to Fonati Kofa from the house. Boakai was in this thing. He did not have it. Boakai did not have his feeling of trying to remove Kofa. He did not have it. Why did he do it? Because these people do not want to see the Liberian people benefit. So anything that has to do with the Liberian people benefiting, they will get rid of it. They will get rid of it. Anybody that want to stay in a way and say we got to be accountable, in some instances, Boakai will get rid of you. Like we saw with Fonati Kofa. Immediately, Honorable Fonati Kofa start to talk about the issue of audit. Guess what happened? He said, Imam Boakai is down for the mayor to go. We must have our will. We need a regime speaker who, when we say jump, he will say ha ha. When we say down, he will say low low. This is what is happening. Boakai has no integrity. Boakai is a man that if you depending on, yeah, the old man, yeah, he get integrity, you will do the thing differently, then you are depending on a broken stick, as our people will say. Because this man told us from day one, from the man youthful day he had been corrupt, to get salt to Belego and go sell it to another person, and we overlook it, we just laugh. People just laugh. The man who told us that in fact he is a liability, that is squander opportunity. Boakai is looking for people who will dance by his tune. That's what he's looking for. That's why you see people like Sekou Dukle at the National Port Authority will continue to be there, even after stealing from a Chinese man, an investor. After stealing an investor money, Sekou will continue to be there. That's why you see people like Augustine Gafon will continue to be at the Ministry of Finance after using millions of the Liberian people money without any accountability or without any record. He will still be there. That's why you see Double Jala. Double Jala will continue to be at the LRA. Because these people, they massage Boakai Corrupt Act. Massage Boakai Corrupt Act. Boakai is not somebody, he's not a human being of integrity. He do not believe in integrity. The old man is corrupt as the word corrupt is. Very corrupt, you see so. Take for an example, Boakai talk about accountability when he appeared on VOA.
Mhm.
Have we seen any report from the inaugural funds? Where's that report? Who are those that are persecuted? Nobody. So, Jake, I agree with you that this is an internal thing. After all, Samafu is now our business. Let them go
Yeah,
ahead. When they want to dismiss
reality.
whoever they want to dismiss, let them go and
Yeah,
dismiss. But
the
again,
game is
people
good.
should not
It's
lie say this is a reform. This is not a reform. No. I hear people say,
no,
oh yeah, Boakai really,
no,
Boakai wake up,
no.
the
That
party
the,
ready,
that, that the
the party
Unity
wake up.
Party, that the Unity Party, no, that the Unity Party running with reform. That CDC backing him. That's a different than saying here today. They don't want all what the social media talking about reform. We know that not there's not a reform. It's an in-house fighting. I told people they'll get more to see. That week 2027, when this guy not secure salary enough now. When the pardon 2 years cannot shake there in that family, you will see what will happen in our country. If they don't jump ship, you will never respect me. You don't keep this video because it's an early stage now. They're raking that money, they're making that salary and that allowance then. So they won't talk. You think they don't know? You think they don't know they don't know that Joseph Bagana running back against 2020? They know deeply. We know it. He feeble. You'll be 85 to 86 years old. The strength failing already. You see why they're in the win? Why Jeremiah couldn't answers for power? You think why Jeremiah couldn't keep on that? Why Jeremiah couldn't keep on that ticket for? The Jeremiah couldn't say they bring and go down. The old man wearing pampers. All this happened to the parents before, a father before. The strength is not there. You think they not? You think what? Prince Joseph cajole the Liberian people to bring Jeremiah Kun, and Jeremiah Kun can keep on our ticket. You think I just for nothing? You think when the old man has heavy strength, you think heavy strength, you think Jeremiah Kun gonna be on that ticket? He wanted Nima County, and Prince Joseph told him, said, if you're really forgetting the prison, all the old men get battery, you will be in control. You Jeremiah Kun, you'll be total control. Nima will win. This was a thought Prince Joseph was thinking on. But Prince Joseph never knew the Liberian Constitution. He was in the Senate, but he never knew the Liberian Constitution. He then deep dive in the Liberian Constitution. The only time the president leave power, when the president died, that's the only way, according to our Constitution. Even the president sick, he can go in coma for 2 years. You'll get somebody will replace him. You're not writing our Constitution. Our many people don't know that there are constitutional lawyers in our country.
My brother Jake, I want to play something here, and this is going to be, we'll all have a take on this, and then we'll call it a day. I want to play a video, and I'm going to play the very first video. My people, I want you to watch this video. This is the video of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah being received and welcomed in France. I want you to look at this protocol. I want you to look at this setting. I want you to look at the environment and every other thing. Let's go ahead. I'm going to play this, and I want my people for you to watch it.
There's the illicit palace. There's the illicit palace, yes. That's the home of the president, Macron. He got in a joke, man. There is the illicit palace. Palace the illicit. The French people say. That's it.
Okay, then I want to switch this video around, and I want Liberians, I want you people to watch. This is Boakai, right? This is Boakai. According to the executive mansion website, Boakai was sent for by the president of France. According to the executive mansion website. Not me.
The official,
The
yeah,
executive mansion
say
website.
official visit.
The official visit.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to just watch a few minutes of this.
That was the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia.
Carry this in. This is Boakai. This is Boakai being received. Okay, thank you. This is Boakai being received by. Thank you.
Macron not there. Macron not there.
Very, very much. So I want to pause this, my brother Jake, and I want you to.
Daddy, I need to wash my hands.
Okay, wait for me. I'm coming. You wash your hands. What is going on here? The executive mansion told us that Boakai was sent for official visit. We are not even seeing President Macron to welcome Joseph Numa Boakai. What is going? What kind of desperation that have caught these people attention? What are they looking for, my brother? Let's hear from you. What are they looking
Let me
for?
remind the followers here.
Continue to disgrace our nation.
Let me remind the followers here. You remember Jeremiah Kuntoyo, he came to France. You can still remember Liberians, the followers here. Thank God some of us here now. We understand, we in the fence now. Before we're beyond the fence, we're just looking at them spraying all kind of lies and gibberish. Falsehood, lies upon lies, reality cashing in now. Anything they do, when I tell you, Joel is a darling boy of the West, you're getting one by my story. George were on seat Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He is the darling boy of Liberia in the Western world. The globalists know him. All of them, the shot caller, the baller, all of them, those in high places, French in top places. I named here before. He's the darling boy of our country. You're lucky or not. You see, that first video pre-show is a Palace de Élysée. That's a home of the president, Macron, or all the president that can come to Paris, that can rule France. You never saw Macron. Macron came from that building to receive when the official car came to bring the president his wife. The president Boakai came on an official visit, Liberian people, according to the executive mansion website. Why Macron never received him? Macron is the darling board of serious friend. Or let me tell you something. You think the Europeans are betrayed when they say, I take you to be friend? It's not joking. You think that they can just betray that friendship? You think that Liberia, that gullible society where everybody there for interest in things, then blackmailing people, they don't do it yet. When you choose somebody to be your friend or your friend, the person policy that interests everything. The men some play in France. George, let's see. When I tell you the Unity Party have been blackballed, you're gonna be asking me what Jake mean by blackball. I say I'll come in to explain it to Liberian people one day. I will tell them 2 years into that presidency. From this trip, according to them, the president going to the Arab war, he going to the UAE. The UAE belong to who again? They belong to the St. George Weah. That UAE, where he going to? Dubai, as people call it Dubai, whatsoever. The whole Emirates era, I think that's 6 or 7 different places. They get different leaders in down there. Like the Emirates they're talking about. They say they're going there. We're waiting and see. Anything we live in Europe here. How can we know everything? They get Liberians that support the president. Thousands upon thousands live in Paris. They live in France. So they right on top of that game right now. They on top of everything that going on in France there. So they will not lie to us. It is straight any kind of trade deal, any business deal, they will tell the Liberian people. But for now, if you look at it's a red flag. If you can look, if you on the official visit, the president of a country coming in, Macron can come, Macron not even say deputy. He's probably that guy in the military office, in that office, is probably the ADK or gendarme boss, somebody. But the United Party will explain to the Liberian people. So, Prince, I told you people, Nothing the unity party will do for them to have, it's not easy on them. The country is broke. The country seriously is broke. I told you, I cut a lot of things here. The reality, no money in the country. No money. The country is broke. The president traveling from place to place. Europe, and I tell you, Europe, you might not pay for. Arab world, you might not pay for. Probably America. Then probably, yes. Georgia own these places. Hungary, you might not even, they might not, and I name leaders, Orban, all these guys, Sanchez, them from Spain, all of them, they love George Weah to the core. They know the men were proceeding the right way. Right way,
You
actually.
know,
We are the crossroad. The country, you say the United Party. When I tell you the United Party is broke, you think that joke I'm talking to him? Then like you can say they are rich nation. Your rich nation, the country suffering at that. No development project going on. But again, see that way through. They get hustling, traveling from place to place. And the plane the president took, that private plane. Let me tell you now, we see it digging in that private plane. It's a Turkish private plane from Turkey. With 3 days from now, we're breaking the whole layer of that plane. Who own it? How much they pay for that plane? If that plane, the owner of that plane, if they in any shady deal in the Western world here, we're exposed to on the Palaver Hall. Those days are over. I told them some are in the fence now. We in the fence. Before we also out of the fence when the guy was spreading lies and propaganda. This time, if you got to say reality to the Liberian people. If you lie, we'll come and debunk you. We'll fact check
thank,
you. We'll put a hole in everything you will do.
thank you, thank you,
Thank God you play these two videos then. The Liberian people will compare.
thank you. You know, my people, I want to show you something, right? And let me just bring it here. You see, to have a government that decided that, well, we lie and think that we get away, nobody will be able to checkmate us, then you must be joking. I want to show you something here. The plane that we're talking about of Joseph Newman Boyka. Here is it. The reason why I'm showing this plane, my people, is because these people made us to understand that for them, they will not be able to get in private plane. How you call the thing? Uh, uh, wheelbarrow they will be in. They will go take passenger plane. Look at this plane. There's the plane. Like Jake said, oh, come on, more information.
It's a
This is
dreamlander here. Dreamlander, yeah.
this 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 plane was booked for Joseph Newman Boyka and his delegation to go. Liberians, the reason why I'm showing you this, you see, these people's lives will continue to be exposed. Yesterday, despite of the development that was going on, when President Weah traveled to go and look for funding and bring in funding, it was the man traveling on expensive tour and etc. etc. Today, Joseph Newman Boyka is using private jets on all of his travel and have not even brought in a single dime.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Mm-hmm.
even a single dime he has brought in. But in fact, the planes that he is using is even more expensive
Yes.
than what was being used by His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah to bring in dividends. You'll see what we're talking about. This is the plane. This is it. This is the plane. So they condemned President Weah yesterday and said, oh, the men were traveling. But all of these travelings brought back dividends to Liberia, brought back things to Liberia for our development. But today, look at all of the travels. Joseph Newman Boyka is in France, an invited official visit, so to speak. But the president of France is not even around to welcome this man. Look, this government have destroyed itself. And you know how? The records of this government is not fine at all. It's not fine. The record of this government is not fine. You cannot be, you know, unaliving your own people. You cannot be treating your people as slaves in a country where you don't even have correct road system. You ride $1.2 million car. A country where the hospitals are closed. Hospitals are closed because of no funding. You don't have doctors in these hospitals. Our sisters, our mothers, our wives, our girlfriends, they are being held hostage in those hospitals. But you have the president making all of these expensive trips around and bringing nothing back. My people, Liberia is in a complete mess with Joseph Numa Boakai. We are regressing. We're going backward. Every system of our country is in a complete chaos and turmoil. This is something that we have to deal with.
Prince, let me ask you,
Yes, sir.
from your own experience and the followers here, when they invite you for official visit in a bilateral meeting,
Yeah. Official
official
visit. Yeah,
bilateral or official meeting, one-on-one.
yeah.
I remember when African leaders are coming to Paris, one-on-one official, you will see Macron there, one-on-one. But the particular official visit, according to our Liberian Executive Mansion website, why Macron never appeared, or neither all the prime minister.
Sure.
You know, they get president here, they get prime minister. Let me tell you what the people don't understand here about France. France is in a turmoil. Let me tell the followers here today. France getting broke. Yeah. They must follow anything I'm saying here. I live in Europe here. France achieved prime minister, I think 3 to 4 times now. They can't even fund good government. Seriously. They slap too much attention on France because France get huge popularity, huge population. It's immigrant plenty. It having serious burden on the government, causing all these things then. So, and I tell you, Macron is a serial die-hard friend, chronic friend to George Weah. Then when I tell you, they have been blackballed in the Western war, you think I joke? Let me remind followers again. You remember when the German ambassador in Monrovia, when all of them came together, he told the Boakai government, he said, when Kimia was in that particular mess, he said, we just start playing joke here. Kimia George, we are there, make you to get a permanent seat on the United Nations. He told them on the boss. And let me tell you, Prince, the United Party, they didn't change course. They will suffer. Every last in our country, the Western world know. Europe, yeah, the people don't let lies. They let transparency. They don't let lies. And they check them. They say, no. You must get recognition of the men that made to one permanent seat. They just took the Liberian taxpayer money in New York to lie to say they pay money for that seat. They to bribe the seat was already guaranteed. The ambassador, German ambassador, put whole in that team. France, Germany, everybody here related. Let me tell you, they get one currency, the euro. Let me tell you, they were fighting to get one passport. That the thing is from thinking on now. France is up and down. France having heavy inflation. I just say it. They're having inflation. As they achieve prime minister 3 to 4 times, they can't even fund government. So why Macron come and take billions of dollars for to give it to Liberia people? For what reason? You didn't hear me everything? You Macron, you wish hunting George Weah. Eh? You break it down at party headquarters. Then you come to a George Weah coming back to Europe the few days to tackle a FIFA story. Because next year you're sponsoring the World Cup in America. He coming with the FIFA boss, everything. When I say they've been blackball free, you will see it piece by piece. You will say, yeah, Jay, I'm getting what you're saying now. Why am I going to go receive our Liberian president? They can never receive him. Maybe they will settle other things. We're watching it. We're watching the Executive Mansion website. They might not post no AR video.
Oh, my brother Jake, I want to thank you. My people, we want to take this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you. You know, usually on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, we go here for 2 hours. So we've gone above our hour. But I want to say
Yeah.
thanks to each and every one of you. We really, really want
Salute.
to appreciate you for your presence here. I mean, 40 passed away. We want to say thank you. Want to say thank you so much. We want to say thanks to all of you. I mean, Josephine Sewon, thank you so much. Mohammed Kamara. I mean, all of you are just so wonderful people. You continue to help us with the
Mm-hmm.
information. Nina Kuya, all of you. I mean, all of you bringing, I mean, tangible information. Our own director of research, Honorable Christopher Water Tubazi. I want to say thank you, Hawatote, Anthony Gay, all of you. I mean, all of you, even those of you who disagree with us, but in a respectful manner, we want to say thank you. We want to appreciate you. We will be here on Friday, or maybe tomorrow, if time permits. We just come in and then talk. But on every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, join us always. We will be here. Until we meet again, my people, we want to say thank you.
Salute to everybody.
Have yourself a God bless day,
Yeah.
and bye from our
Bye bye.
end. Thank you,
Respect.
my brother Jake.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today is the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be king of the public.